There's a reason why we're doing this podcast, a little video. I don't know. I say me. That's how rattled I am. I don't even know if I'm by myself or if I'm with people on the stream. I was not going to do anything till tomorrow. Tomorrow being Monday. That's when we're doing the 3inMidfield podcast. But I saw a stat that kind of triggered me, and the stat reads as followed. Oh, God. Okay. So Alex Ferguson retired, May 2013? Yep. From that time to today, in between that little 10 years, 10 and a half years, we have lost as many home games as he did in 26 years. I'm fuming. That's appalling. Many different managers, interim managers as well, weird signings, much money spent. And you always say, you spend £1 billion. You can't see him in bats. Yeah, you spent £1 billion, but backing isn't spending money. Backing is spending money with a plan for your manager. Managers that have been there for 3 years or some less. So I don't even know where to begin. But on today's game, because I'm quite tired of talking about the Glazer situation and Jim Ratcliffe and all this rubbish. I'm frankly just tired of it. I'm not going to go into this whole circle of chaos and the circus all over again. It's as simple as this, right? Today was an embarrassment, and there's so many adjectives I could use. I really want to swear, but I'm trying not to swear. Embarrassing would be the kind way of saying it, because a lot of this today I'm going to put on the manager, and I've been very, very clear that I like to give managers 3 years unless it looks like the writing's on the wall, in the sense of I don't believe there's anything that's going to help you at this point. I think it's done. And you're not helping yourself. And whilst I sit here looking like a very confused assassin from Assassin's Creed with this very weird hoodie on my head, he needs to be cut from the job. That's where I am right now. Losing to Man City is no shame, but losing like this when they're your rivals is a damn shame. And I will say this. Playing Lindelof at left back when he's a centre back / a right back, and we're not in the days of when you could put players in positions and they'll find a way to make it work because they could fit for themselves. Everything is instruction based. It's all a manager's game these days. There's no allowance of freedom to show your individual quality unless you're like a elite dribbler or something like that. Putting him left back when Dallo is an experienced left back and right back, essentially a full back. Putting Lindelof at left back when he's also been a right back at his previous club and his country as well, that'd be Benfica and Sweden, is confusing as hell. Playing Johnny Evans, I'm not even mad at Johnny Evans, but playing Johnny Evans over Rafael Varane for tactical reasons, to me, is bullshit. Oh, so there you go. And then the midfield choice and then the choice of subs, Amrabat, I didn't have the best half, but then you take him off for Mason Mount. So then who's our defensive holding player? Because we see McTominay at 10 and he's always trying to press from the front, but he's never doing defensive cover. And you put him on to do a job on Bernardo, but then he doesn't ever track Bernardo, which leads to 60-second goal. I don't know what the hell Bruno was supposed to be doing. I don't know if he was playing right wing. I don't know if he was playing cam. I don't know if he was playing attacking midfield. That's the same thing. Centre midfield, or defensive midfield. Rashford was the left winger, but then someone on the right. Højlund was the only one that I knew his position was. Onana. There you go. And the centre backs as well. So, 4 people out of 11 is great. I've run out of words. You're not helping yourself now. You're not helping yourself. I'll always say this. Man United managers hardly get a chance because they don't get the full, like I say, 3 years. I like to give managers 3 years, so they don't get the full 3 windows, summer windows that is, to really build their team. So in that final third year, you can say, I've got it. This is my team. But at least when you've got something in your team where you can say, I can work with A, B, C, D, use them. And if you're not getting results, try and use a plan B that will just optimize getting results. And then eventually you will lead to getting to play your style of football, sticking to your philosophy, yada, yada, yada. He's not doing that. If you're telling me you want to play your philosophy, with players like McTominay, it ain't gonna work. And I'm not even trying to single out McTominay. But McTominay is not a possession style footballer. He's not. He's not. So why are you expecting him of that? Why are you expecting him to do that? That's like trying to build a high flyer wrestling company and then you sign John Cena. Because John Cena flies like Rey Mysterio, doesn't he? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Nothing's making sense here, and he's not making sense. And at this point, I'm getting tired of it. It doesn't make any sense with me whatsoever. You sign Mason Mount for £60 million, and he's holding bench. And then when he comes into the pitch, you haven't really got a proper role for him. He went from centre midfield to attack midfield to right wing in 45 minutes. So he couldn't get involved in the game. Of course he couldn't, because what's his role? You need a goal, you're 2 behind, and you take off your striker. Now, don't get me wrong. Højlund is still raw. He still makes mistakes here and there. When he was tugged on his back by John Stones, should have gone to ground. Cool. Maybe you should have tried to apply a finish a lot earlier. Fine. But I've got time for him because he's a young guy. I'm not like these fans now that expect the 18, 19, 20-year-old to be already flying. If not, you're not good enough. I think he's going to be good enough. But it takes time. So I'm going to hope that what I said comes to fruition. If it doesn't, I hold that. But brothers, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You can't sign players and then not know how to use them. You can't sign Mason Mount and not know how to use him. You can't sign a pure number 9 and not play football that helps the pure number 9 get chance after chance after chance. It does not make sense. It's not logical. You sign Regulon because you haven't got left backs, and then in the game where you've got your left back there, you don't play him at left back. Yeah, man. You know what? Oh, sorry. And when you need goals, that's when you bring Anthony and Martial on. Anthony Martial on in the 85th minute after taking off your striker previously. And then you're putting Rashford back up front. Rashford, who is now his confidence is even gone. I don't know what's happened to him. I'm hoping he can find it back because right now it's gone. Because Rashford was one of those players I could say, even if he has a poor game, he'll find a way to make an impact. Right now, he's having poor games and not having any impact whatsoever. He played one beautiful pass early in the game, led to our only meaningful chance, which McTominay shot straight at Edison. He palmed it right for a corner. Cool. But other than that, man, the only person I can say, you know what, I'm cool with you is Onana. Because Onana today, God bless you, did everything he could to try and keep United in the game. Great saves. But it ain't going to help when the guys in front of you aren't doing their job, unfortunately. There's only so much goalkeepers can do. So, status quo, back to normal. One thing United fans need to understand, I hate it, is because if you notice, I have not singled out a player for blame here. This is a collective, right? And I've gone to the manager as well because at the end of the day, it falls with him. It falls with him. It doesn't matter what level you're at. If you're the manager and things are not going well for your team, everyone looks at you first because you need to find a way to make the team work. If players are not playing well, drop them. If your tactics are not working, change something. It falls with you. But the one thing that United fans keep doing is, it's Bruno, it's Rashford, it's this, that, and that. I want to say this. When you think A, B, C, D is a problem and then they leave, the problems are still here. So maybe think about what you want, because I'm not going to say what I want right now, because quite frankly, I don't know. Apart from one thing, I think the manager's done here, but we'll see. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that rubbish, man. You'll see us tomorrow, 3inMidfield podcast. I'll be joined by Daps. I will be joined by, hopefully, Crystal Palace fan, Rich from Eagle Eyed Football, and probably 2 more others. So, yeah, tune in. I'm done. Peace out. Free Palestine.